about boxing events in the past is that it's...
What the fuck is this? Bro, what? Who's that a combination? I know that...
Did they combine iDubbbz and Anisa into a singular person? It's Anisa. It's iDubbbz. What the fuck is this shit?
Costs initially are guaranteed, and then if there's a bonus, that's not guaranteed.
No, they're getting...
I'm talking about with the first two. I mean,
oh, the first two.
Yeah,
Okay,
but guaranteed how?
Guaranteed by
when?
they're not getting it now.
yeah,
no,
guaranteed.
I'm
win.
talking about with the first two. I'm talking about
Guaranteed,
with the
Yeah,
first
but
two.
guaranteed when?
When?
After they
after.
get paid,
Yeah.
then you get it.
That's not
That's not a guarantee.
That's not
They
a
don't got
guarantee.
money, they ain't paying you. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well,
A guarantee
that's the thing. Well,
means
I didn't know
they-
because the second one.
That's them.
So if you want to think of this like a job, like a normal job, if you work an hourly job at Walmart, you are guaranteed to get paid for 8 hours of work. If you go to Walmart as a cashier and you stand behind that register for 8 hours and not a single customer comes into Walmart, Walmart made zero money that day, you still get paid. You are guaranteed your shift.
Goes, hey, baby girl, I know you're so desperate for any crumbs from me, so here's a really big piece of fuck you. We are not financially tied to this event. And even if we were, we had it structured to protect us and the charity. You have no power over us. You're just an asshole. Meanwhile, Dad is here crying, or he's on the verge of tears or in tears over the time he's wasted, the monies he's lost, and the hell that you guys put him through for nothing. Shame on you both. Shame on you both.
They have no shame over there. All right. Tell us about the new trouble with iDubbbz and Anisa.
Is I pay you, do work for me, and I pay you.
But this is also like, this is an influencer event. First of all, it's run by influencers who are supposed to have money. And second of all, the participants are influencers.
So hold on. That's where I believe what they did was especially nefarious.
Yes.
They recruited many, if not most, of their boxers were influencers who were not rich. So to these people, they can dangle $20,000 in front of them as a carrot on a stick to hold them, to keep them in line. So that if you leave or if you something comes up or whatever it is, it's like, sorry, we...
Yeah.
So it's like they talk about how they don't want to exploit their fighters. The format itself was
This whole
exploited.
event exploited the fighters.
You don't make them fucking front their own money for training and then pay them back at the end. That's insane. And so people like this guy, now I don't know if this guy's rich or not.
They probably justified it by it being a charity event.
That's how they got
there's
everybody.
And
Right.
yeah, that's the other aspect of the
And
whole
somehow they
problem.
still lost money.
Yeah, I'm an angry bitch.
It's just, it makes me actually so upset when I hear the fighters talk, like Dad.
Oh,
and-
poor Dad.
Well,
That's a perfect
I've only
example.
listened to 1 second so far, but this is already making me.
Yeah, Dad got screwed over hard in this. We watched his video the other night, but yeah, he got screwed over real hard because they never cared about the boxing event. They only cared about clout and making themselves feel famous. That's why they did the red carpet. That's why they did the gala. That's why they did all that, because they just wanted to feel famous. They were LARPing as celebrities. That's all this was to them.
So upset.
Like ask yourself. That is
And they hid behind charity so that no one can say that they were bad people or they were only doing it for LARP. No, it's all for charity, see? Altruistic reasons. They're good people.
good fighter. He has fans. People are interested, but why would they want Dad to fight in all three? Why? They had a bunch of repeat fighters, and all the fighters they had repeat for were not rich fighters. These were people who were depending on them to pay them back, to fund their money. That people who were looking for, who would be swayed by being like, hey, you get a bonus at the end. We're going to give you a $20,000 bonus at the end.
Also
These are
like
people they
that.
could control, that Anisa could control.
It's so fucked up that people have to spend their own money first and the plan is that you would then get reimbursed in the end.
No, it's
That's just
exploited.
not okay.
Of course not. Of course not.
They're
So anyway,
obviously Jewish.
just like what this guy said, what we're saying happened to this guy. Now, again, I don't
dollars
know.
on this.
I don't,
Not
I don't
happened.
know if he's rich, but either way,
Doesn't matter.
I mean, they're pretty
They're
successful
hardworking
YouTubers,
people.
but
I mean,
Either way, it's
I don't think
fucking
like
insane.
rich
yeah,
by
it's-
any means.
Well, and especially you're like, okay, I'll do this for charity. Okay, I'll spend my own money, and then it's like,
And-
not only did you spend your own money, no charity got any money. What did you waste all the money? What did you spend all the money for? For Anisa and Ian to take a fucking, to have a cocktail party? What?
plus, for influencers, your time is your money.
Big time.
If he's not spending time on training, he would be making more content or whatever it is that he does. He would do more of that and make money.
Why do they have dad 3 times?
True.
Well, Dad is a really cool part
Because Dad sold tickets. Because Dad was good for the event. And they used it.
of the
He
event.
doesn't have a big audience.
But they did not treat him as such.
He doesn't have a huge audience. He doesn't
No,
bring people to.
but he's still-
he's entertaining.
he's still-
he's
he's-
cool,
yeah, he's
which
really
was great the
entertaining.
first and the second time. Why?
What's up, Trunks? You're on time. Oh, never mind. I got another. Yeah, no one's actually gonna show up because they never do. These people argue with you all day on Twitter, and when I'm like, look, I don't want to argue on Twitter, because one dude was already saying he's not understanding my arguments. I'm like, look, man, I get like 240 characters to type in. And a renewal of the membership. Thank you, Trunks. You are the man. Maybe that is too long. I gotta figure out how to get text-to-speech to work for these two. But they'll argue with you, and he's like, I'm not sure what your stance is. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to make my stance clear, but it's hard to do it with 240 characters. So instead, I just posted a link to my live stream, and I was like, look, if you guys want to talk, you guys want to argue about this, you really want to know my stance, here's a link to the live stream. I'm going live right now. None of them are going to show up. None of these people ever show up. None of these fucking Twitter warriors ever show up to actually talk, to actually have a debate, to actually argue anything out, which sucks because I enjoy arguing. And I don't feel like I'm wrong, but more importantly, I don't understand how anyone can be against how anyone can side with a corporation, how anyone could be against the consumer here. Because the things you guys are like defending are things that hurt you. Like, you understand that, right? Like, I don't get that. That's the part I don't get. I'm not anti-corporate. I will champion a corporation when they do good things, but I will call them out when they do bad things, which they do way more often than not here lately. Nintendo fans think DK and Mario Kart are more deserving of Game of the Year over Expedition 33, just because it's not on their console. It's because their console won't run Expedition 33. That game's amazing. I don't know. It might. The Switch 2 might, but wait, isn't it coming to Switch 2? I don't even think it's because it's not coming to their console. I could swear I thought it was coming to their console. Oh, Expedition 33 Switch 2. Let's see. What does that say? He's open to a Switch 2 version, but none has been officially announced. So they're open to the idea, but they haven't set a date or decided to do it yet. Yeah, it could probably run it. I was being facetious, but regardless, I was arguing with them over the Nintendo Palworld thing. Where was that fucking article I saw? Let me try to pull that up first. So the article here, the post on Twitter is Nintendo has taken desperate measures in patent infringement case against Palworld, and it's looking a little weird. Pocket Pair may have a stronger defense than Nintendo anticipated, and Nintendo is now taking desperate measures to fight them. as reported by patent experts. And there were people like hating on Palworld here, and I'm like, why? And first the guy links me an article, because he quotes, the CEO admitted in an interview that he doesn't care about creativity and will rip off other games as long as it will make them money. So I asked for a link to that interview. So he sends me a link to that interview. It's in Japanese. I Google translated it. And then I hit Control F on that article. My reply back to him was, I did a quick Control F on this article, and it shows that he never said the word creativity or ripoff anywhere in the article. It was not mentioned at all. I'm not sure where you're getting this info, but it's not in this interview. All right. So then he highlights part of the interview. Tell me I didn't look hard enough. And the part he highlighted is, if there is a good idea in the world, I will pick it up, and I don't necessarily have to be particular about uniqueness. I want to make it more appropriate, or rather, easily. I think it's a good way to make it, such as jumping on fashionable things. So he basically admits that, yeah, I will jump on a trend, but he didn't admit to straight up copying another thing and ripping it off. He says, I will make it appropriate. Meaning I'll take an idea that's trending, an idea that's popular, and make it my own. Which is fine. That's not the same as stealing from another company. That's not the same as ripping them off. That's making it your own. Putting your own spin on it, which is exactly what he did with Palworld. He put his own spin on the monster capturing and battling formula by combining it with survival world mechanics. So I go on to give them example after example of this happening and everyone being fine with it. You guys are just mad that it now has happened to Nintendo. Expedition 33, for example, took the Final Fantasy formula, classic turn-based Final Fantasy formula, and combined it with Dark Souls to make it their own. It's Game of the Year material. Splitgate took the combat of Halo and combined it with the portals from Portal, creating a unique experience. They made it their own. Okay, there's example after example of this. Metal Hellsinger took the gameplay mechanics of Doom and combined them with a rhythm game to create a musical Doom. They made it their own. Because music's always been a big part of Doom. The fucking metal fucking soundtrack. So they made it so that you're killing enemies to the music. They made it their own. Beat Saber combines lightsabers with rhythm games to create a unique experience. The point I was making is there aren't many original ideas left in the world. And if we allow companies to copyright, to patent gameplay mechanics, that's not going to equal new original ideas. That's going to stifle creativity. I challenge any of you right now to tell me one wholly original idea that's popped up in the last 10 years. Fuck it, the last 20. Wholly original. There's nothing else like it ever seen before in the history of mankind. Everything is derivative of something. The human race ran out of original ideas 100 years ago. Everything's inspired by something else. Some things are an inspiration of an inspiration of an inspiration. All of that's fine. The evolution of art exists. And when you allow companies to patent gameplay mechanics like capturing a monster with a ball, well, there can be no evolution of that idea ever. And the only place you can ever get it is from Nintendo, which means they have no reason to ever improve upon it either. Everyone suffers when you do that. Everyone. SMT and Persona were doing monster capturing before Pokemon, and you don't see them complaining about their formula getting ripped off. Oh, they got real mad. One of them got real mad when I showed him pictures from the I can't remember which thread I posted this one in, but I posted pictures of the original manual for Dragon Quest on NES from 1986. Because the manual has the artwork for the monsters. Back in the day, games came with instruction manuals, and those manuals would tell you about the game because they didn't have cutscenes and shit in the game. So if you wanted to know why you were doing the shit you were doing in an NES game, you read the fucking manual. And if you wanted a detailed look at what those enemies looked like, the manuals often had artwork of those enemies. Because Nintendo games graphics couldn't properly represent what the artists were going for. So if you look at the artwork from the original Dragon Quest on NES, a lot of the monsters in that game look like Pokemon. Pokemon ripped off Dragon Quest. Zubat? That's the first enemy you encounter in Dragon Quest. It's a big-ass bat. Looks like a jelly bean with wings, and it's got a face on it. That's fucking Zubat. They ripped that straight from Dragon Quest. Geodudes ripped straight from Dragon Quest. The rock monster golem you fight in Dragon Quest. I played Dragon Quest long before I played Pokemon. I was alive when this shit happened. I remember it. And I remember going, hey, that kind of looks like the thing from this. And I never thought nothing of it as a child. I just thought it was kind of cool. That something looked like something I recognized. Fucking Gyarados? That's just a Chinese dragon. It's just a dragon. The long fucking... It's like Shenlong that Goku runs along when he dies. It's like the dragon summoned from Dragon Ball. That's just what dragons look like. So, none of their ideas are original. They were able to make Pokemon because they were able to take something that exists and make it their own. And no one clawed foul. So when Nintendo oversteps their bounds, yes, I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them on it. Because that's shit. And that doesn't benefit anybody. And I can't believe there's people defending it. Like, I do not understand their sycophantic fan base. I don't understand any fan base that gets that sycophantic and acts like, well, my thing can do no wrong. The company I like can do no wrong. That's no company ever. I don't know why you're acting like this. All they want is your money. And they're willing to screw you over to get it. They don't know you. They're not your friend. They just want your money. Alright, there we go. Let's sell some shit and get out of here. Alright, but anyway, back to the H3 stuff. Because I'm hoping some of them will show up, because I'd love to have this argument. And then they're sending me pictures of, like, for instance, Pocket Pair just rips off anything. I was like, I don't think you know what a ripoff is. I don't think they know what a ripoff is. Something could be derivative or similar, or even a spiritual successor. Mighty Number 9 is a spiritual successor to Mega Man. It's a failed one, but you get the idea. What's the other one? Bloodstained? Bloodstained is a fucking spiritual successor to Castlevania. Like, these happen all the time. So they send me a game made by Pocket Pair called, for instance, their not Hollow Knight game, Nevergrave. So Nevergrave, because it's similar to Hollow Knight. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, I mean, it looks similar, but it's not the same. UI's different, the world looks different, other stuff looks different. They made it their own. I mean, it looks similar to Hollow Knight, but I haven't played the game. How mechanically similar is it? If all their artwork in it is original and it just happens to play like Hollow Knight, then it's still not a ripoff. It's just their take on that genre. A ripoff is like what Chinese companies do, where they make fake versions of real things. Directly ripping off something and trying to sell it illegally. That's what a ripoff is. When you get the fake Nike shoes and the check marks backwards or upside down or some shit because it's from China, or they just straight up use like a smaller version of the check mark and they just straight up make their own knockoff versions of things. Yeah, those are ripoffs. That's not them adapting it. That's just them taking the thing, making it in China, and selling it to you cheaper. Those are rip-offs. That's what a rip-off is. Making something similar to something isn't a rip-off. It's just similar. I think it's like they don't know what the word similar means. And I try to think from like a legal standpoint where I'm like, would this be illegal? Like, you tell me I can't make my own version of a thing? Because that seems wrong. I don't have anything new to sell. I'll sell everything. Sell that. Anything else I need to sell before we continue the content here? I'll have to cut this bit from the bot anyway. I don't want to sell the moonshine. I can use that. All right. Okay, I guess that's all the stuff I can sell. Cool. Do I got any gold treasury notes? Yep. I gotta figure out where to spend those. I can't remember. I ain't played this game in so long. All right, I'm gonna do my quest. All right. Anyway, back to this. More trouble for iDubbbz and Anisa. I'm trying to figure out what their more trouble is.
Why do we need him 3 times?
Look, I get it. If
It's
they
because
wanted him,
they control him. They can control him.
no, I get it. But
he needs.
I thought like Dad got to come back because he was winning, because he was like first round knockout guy. You know, like he was basically the Creator Clash champion. I don't know why he wasn't the main card. I do think he got screwed over by not being put front and center. Like, this should have been his claim to fame moment, because Dad needed that, and he proved himself. And I thought that's why he got to stay. But Ethan may be onto something. It may be simply because they could control him, and they could use him. You know, he puts on a good show, and he doesn't fight back, and they can, you know, not have to pay him up front. Like, he doesn't ask for any of that stuff. So, could be that. Why did I only have 3 bullets in it? Motherfucker. I will fuck you up. It's because Ian took the main event spot for himself. Yeah, but what about Creator Clash 3? Like, iDubbbz wasn't even fighting in Creator Clash 3, so why not give it to him then? He's won in the first round on Creator Clash 1 and 2. He was the best boxer at both events, hands down. So why not? And he was the only clip from Creator Clash featured on shows like Joe Rogan. Like, Creator Clash got a shout out on Joe Rogan, on the biggest fucking podcast on the planet. And you only got that because of Dad. So why is he not your main fighter? And you could even make a whole thing around it as, hey, the reigning Creator Clash champion, you know, actually put a title involved in it and turn it into a real boxing event. You know, have a champion. Someone fighting for the crown, etc. The main event was confirmed until the fighters dropped out. It was supposed to be Harley Morenstein and LA Beast. And they both ended up dropping out. I'm saying it should have been Harley Morenstein and Dad right from the jump. Because both of those fighters were in all 3 events. They're both good. They both made a name for themselves. They both enjoy it. They were both taking it seriously. They were the people you want there. Now, I don't know if you could have them fight each other, because I don't know about the weight class thing, but if they were going to treat it like a real boxing event, then you'd have your weight classes, you'd have your champions, and you'd set it up by, you know, lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, and then have a champion for each. And then each year you find some lightweight fighters, you find some middleweight fighters, you find some heavyweights. And then you have 3 big title events instead of just one. Like, if they really cared about this event, they would have treated it like a real boxing event. None of this was structured as if they cared about the real boxing event. And that much is obvious now. They didn't care about it. What is this? Oh, okay. Report to Cryptos.
It's money. He needs the money. They like that. He needs the money.
Yeah. To me, it's like,
Yeah, it was because, I mean, I agree with Ethan there. It was probably because they knew they could control him. God damn it, I got another bot to fucking ban on Kick every fucking night, man. These things come out of the woodwork. Anyway. Yeah, because he's desperate for money. He needs the money. He needs Creator Clash. So they can treat him however they want to treat him because he needs this. He's not going to go anywhere. LA Beast, the Minecraft YouTubers, like all those bigger YouTubers that they got to agree to this thing, they don't need this. This was just a fun little, little charity event for them that they could do for clout to look good in front of their audience. Like, they don't need it. They don't need the money from it. So if they drop out, if they're not catered to, if they're not happy, and it's not working out, then they're just going to leave. Just wanted to have a reason to fly in their lefty friends. Yeah, it was so they could LARP as celebrities. They just wanted to feel like celebrities. That's why they did red carpet events. That's why they did the gala. That's why they did all that stuff. They just wanted to feel like celebrities. They didn't actually care about the boxing. It was I don't even think he wanted to do it more than once. Because I'll believe they cared about it the first time, and they didn't expect it to be as successful as it was. They took it seriously, and they treated it like a boxing event. And they thought it would just be a fun little thing that would probably make him a little bit of money. And it was more probably for clout for him. It was getting him attention. He thought it would build him an audience. iDubbbz was desperate to get back in the limelight after his, the way he denounced being edgy. And then he lost his audience, and he thought, hey, this will put me back on the map, So they were going to do it once. The big event will go well. The community will love him. The internet will love him again. He'll be the hero that made money for charity. And that's what Creator Clash was. He made a lot of money for charity. Worked out. He treated it like a real event. It was great. But it went to his head. And the second time, it became all about the attention. Like the attention went to his head. Now we can feel... Now we've made a name for ourselves. Now we can feel like celebrities, and we can treat this like celebrity. And he even admits he didn't care about the boxing thing. He didn't even want to box in the second one, but felt like he had to. So he didn't take him seriously at all. And then by the third one, I don't even have to box in this thing. I can just do it. I can just run the event, which didn't work out. The second one lost money. Yeah, it was because they stopped caring about the boxing event, and all they cared about was feeling like celebrities. Was making a bigger and bigger name for themselves. What is that? This is going to hurt. They didn't sell the event because they thought they could make it bigger. That was probably part of it. Oh, it's a campaign thing for it's a campaign thing for voting and shit. Okay. A little landmark. Thought it was something else. It was because they thought that they could make it bigger than it was. They thought that they could continue to make it bigger with the next one and the next one, and then they could sell later for even more money. That's probably what they thought. It's worth a little bit of money now, but after we get to Creator Clash 2 and 3 and this becomes a yearly event and we make a big brand out of it, then we can sell it for, why sell it for millions when we could sell it for hundreds of millions, something like that probably. But they couldn't handle it. They had no idea what the fuck they were doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Oh God, the Trump meme's so great.
If I was the one making the decisions, and I felt like that is a really cool element of the event because he's so entertaining and it's a roller coaster, his fights, I would make sure to compensate him and make sure he's supported to be a part of the event.
True.
You have to have okay, these are the ones that are going to drive a lot of traffic. This one is, the entertaining part. This is that, but it's like there was no thought behind it. Nothing.
Because there wasn't.
The influencer boxing works when you bring creators with their own fan base, and then all these fan bases come in and participate in the event. That doesn't happen when you bring the same fighters over and over and over again, especially ones that don't even bring an audience. Like Dad, love him, entertaining, great, interesting guy. But he's first to admit it. I've heard him talking about it. He doesn't bring people to the event.
Yeah,
he doesn't put butts in seats by himself unless you prop him up to do so. Unless you made it a big deal from the beginning. He could have put butts in seats if you made it a big deal from the beginning. If you promoted him properly, like there should only be at max 3 returning fighters every year. The winner in each one of their weight classes. So the lightweight champion returns. Okay? The middleweight champion returns. The heavyweight champion returns. And those are the only 3. And that's what they're fighting for. They're fighting for the ability to return. Because this is going to, you know, add clout to them and give them bragging rights and stuff. And then you promote it like that and you advertise that they're the champion. You put all the focus on these champions and who's going to take the title. And you make it, that's the drama behind it. Because people want to know that people are fighting for something other than charity. Like they want to feel like those fighters have a reason to be in the ring throwing punches at each other and that who wins matters. I'd say that was the biggest problem with the boxing event is it didn't matter who won. Like there was no difference between winning or losing as far as the fighters were concerned. They got paid the same. There was no incentive to win. I think maybe there was in Creator Clash 1. I think like the fighters picked their charities, so they were fighting for their charities, which is why it did so well. So they got to make money for the charities that they wanted, so they were literally fighting for their charities. But then the second one, all the money was supposed to go to just stand up for cancer. So now it all goes to the same place. All fighters get paid the same. There's literally no incentive for any of them to win, so they're just getting in there and boxing for fun, which no one cared about that. No, that's not how, no one cares about boxing matches for fun. Boxing matches for fun aren't. And thank you, Master Sword, for the follow. No one cares about boxing matches for fun. Those aren't boxing matches. Those are exhibition matches. Those are sparring sessions. Those aren't exciting. There needs to be something on the line. And they lost that with the second one. And after losing $250,000 in the second one, the brand then lost its value. So now they couldn't sell it like they wanted to after the first one. So their gamble to make the brand worth more money didn't pay off, and now the brand's worthless. So now you've got a worthless brand, $250,000 of debt, and you want to do a third one? This thing was doomed to fail from the beginning. It was 34% that went to iDubbbz and Anisa. But no, nothing from Creator Clash 3. Absolutely nothing from Creator Clash 3 was going to charity. Nothing. There was not a singular percentage from Creator Clash 3 going to charity. The only proceeds going to charity from Creator Clash 3 were the donations made by the fans when they purchased tickets. The optional donation that they made. So basically people were just donating to charity after buying a ticket. It was like going to the grocery store when you buy something and then they give you that little screen at checkout that says, do you want to donate a couple dollars to St. Jude's or whatever? And you can say no. That's the company doesn't lose any money when they do that. Like none of the company's money is going to St. Jude's. That's your money. And you are volunteering it, you're making a donation. You can do that from home. You don't need to shop at that grocery store. You can go to St. Jude's website and press the donate button. It's no different. And that's how Creator Clash 3 worked. No proceeds were going to charity. There was no percentage for charity. You bought a ticket for an event, you got to watch the event. So it is absolute cinema how poorly they ran this thing. And I can just think off the top of my head so many better ways that Creator Clash as a brand had value. There's a reason why they were offered to sell it after the first one. It had value. It could have been something. It could have been a brand. It could have been a lot of things. I can just think off the top of my head a couple things I do with it to make the boxing event work every year. Hell, I'd make it into a video game at some point where all your favorite creators fucking come in and voice their characters. And you make a fucking bring back the boxing genre of video games. There hasn't been a good boxing video game in a long time. Bring that shit back. Find the developers who made the old school Fight Nights The old school boxing games, Fight Night, those were fun. Those were good. I don't even like sports, and those were fun. Or do it fucking Punch-Out style. Have a creator character where it can be you boxing the creators. You know, like, there's so many ways to do that. And Creator Clash is a good name. Like, it's a good name for a brand. Like, as a brand, it had so much potential. And these fucking morons squandered it because they wanted to LARP as celebrities.
It would be an expense of the event, you know, if you're thinking just money.
Here, by the way, is Anisa talking about what a saint they are for taking care of the fighters. Now, hold on. Let me finish this.
I am now losing thousands of dollars on this event. And that was not something I'd planned for. But we're talking it out, and we might be able to get this figured out. So that's no longer a problem. I hope it's not still a...
So he goes, not only is this event not happening, now they're saying they're not even going to pay me back all the way. So here's Anisa flash forward, or flash back, rather.
Made me
Yeah, and Ethan had to pay back his own employee for it. Like, oh, shit. He had to pay back his own employee for it. Because they wouldn't even pay Lena what they owed her after kicking her off the card. So he ended up having to pay her.
mad about boxing events in the past is that it's
What the fuck is this? Bro, what? Who's that a combination? I know that.
Did they combine iDubbbz and Anisa into a singular person? It's Anisa. It's iDubbbz. What the fuck is this shit? That's gross. I thought they couldn't get any grosser. That's gross. Jesus.
That's
It's a
her
dude.
No, that's her face, but on whose head?
I
It's
don't know.
iDubbbz head.
no
But
idea.
it reminds me of the Poot thing.
Oh,
It's like
Yeah.
a version of Poot.
except Poot's real, isn't she?
No, Poot's not real either.
What?
I like mugs.
Yeah,
Did
that's
we
an
learn
edit.
that?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's an edited photo.
Such a great one. Anyway, here.
They said this week they're broke. Yeah, we watched that last night. I just posted the video of our reaction to that last night from last night's stream if you want to watch it. I will say that the reaction is a little long, but you should watch it because it's very entertaining. Me and the wife kind of get sidetracked a few times. Funny stuff, though. It's always great when the wife joins me on stream. So it's very entertaining. You should watch it. But we were going back and forth because I couldn't figure out if they were being serious about being broke or not. I don't know how they could be broke. I mean, I knew they were selling their house, but there could be a lot of reasons to sell a house, not just because you're broke. They could just want to move to Canada, but I don't know if they're actually, broke. Millions of subscribers. They had to be worth, like iDubbbz at his peak, plus the money made from Creator Clash. Yeah, like he already had to have, like, even Anisa admitted that he was rich when she got with him, so he had to be worth multiple millions. How do you become broke? Because if she was only with him for the money, which it sounds like she was, she even kind of admitted it herself, but if she was only with him for the money, and now they're openly admitting they don't have that money anymore, yeah, she's probably going to leave him. So my prediction was, she's probably going to leave him, and my prediction was she's going to wait. They're going to sell the house. The house is probably worth a few million. If they are broke, if what they're saying is true and they are broke, then she's going to wait until the house sells and hits Ian's bank account. So that house is going to sell. That sale is going to become finalized. Money's going to hit his account. As soon as that money hits his account, she's filing for divorce. Because she'll be entitled to half his shit. But that half that she's entitled to is based on how much he had when you filed for divorce. And they do that so that your wife can't file for divorce, and then you go, well, you ain't getting half my shit, and then he donates all his money to charity, so now you know, just so you can't have it. No, the court goes, well, at the time she filed for divorce, you were worth this much, so this is how much she's entitled to. That's what she walked away from. That's what she should be walking away with. So she's waiting until his bank account is fat again before she files for divorce so she can take half his shit on her way out. She's already living with her mom in Canada. Like, she's already got her exit plan. You know when it happens, it'll be he's an abuser. But oh, of course, she has to make it his fault. Like legally, I'm not sure about the state that they live in, but like in my state, you don't get half. Like the woman's not entitled to half if the divorce is a no fault. Like he has to be at fault. You have to be leaving him for a reason. He has to have done something to violate the marriage contract so that you can be entitled to half your stuff, because you didn't plan to leave him. You felt like you had to, and that basically uprooted your life. He ruined your life. If it's no fault and you just chose to leave, then the judge kind of looks at you and goes, well, you didn't plan ahead then to leave? If you were planning to leave, why didn't you go ahead and set up your new life somewhere else before you leave, or have an exit plan? Versus, oh, he cheated on me and now I don't want to be with him. Well, you can't control that. You didn't plan on that happening. So now, due to circumstances beyond your control, you're now getting a divorce. Okay, well then you need some kind of compensation to help you start your new life because he fucked up. So he would have had to fuck up. So yeah, she's probably going to scream abuser or scream that he cheated or something. Like she's going to say something. She legally speaking has to make it his fault if she wants that money.
Here's Anisa talking about what saints they are, briefly before destroying this entire event, ruining their reputation, wasting their money, creators' monies, their production partners' money, everybody's time. Just total disgrace, total loss, incompetency, just communism in action, guys. This is what it looks like.
Like, I think what really made me mad about boxing events in the past is that it's rich assholes betting their money to make money to, like, have people that are struggling to, like, make ends meet and pay rent.
Let's examine that. Dad, is he someone
Sounds like she's describing Dad, yeah.
who's struggling to make ends meet based on the videos you've seen? Yes. Rich assholes. Before this event, I don't know, but would Ian and Anisa be considered rich by most people's standards?
Yes.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yes. So let's go back, because
When it
right now
started.
she's kind of describing herself to a T.
What really made me mad about boxing events in the past is
Well, no, not to a T, because she's not an asshole. She meant rich asshole. She's one of the good ones.
that it's rich assholes betting
Them.
their money to make
Exactly what they did. They bet their money to exploit these fighters. Literally weren't even going to pay them back until they made their money back. On the gamble that they would get that 34%.
money to like have people that are struggling to like make ends meet and pay rent,
Dad.
watch them do it, and then they'll go home and like have a lot of money. Keep going.
And the fighters are
Yeah, it's the irony is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Just literally what she did.
Just to clarify,
Further, 34% profit share originally allocated to Ian and Anisa is also being redistributed. Well, not anymore. It's not.
the training costs initially are guaranteed, and then if there's a bonus, that's not guaranteed.
No, they're getting.
I'm talking about with the first two. I mean,
Oh, the first two.
Yeah.
Okay.
But guaranteed how?
Guaranteed,
Guaranteed
but
when?
they're not getting it now.
Yeah,
no,
guaranteed
I'm
win.
talking about with the first two. I'm talking about
Guaranteed,
with the
Yeah,
first
but
two.
guaranteed when?
When?
After they
after.
get paid,
Yeah,
then you get it.
yeah. That's not good.
That's not a guarantee.
That's not
They
a
don't got
guarantee.
money. They ain't paying you. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well,
A guarantee
well,
means
I didn't know
they-
because the
I
second
mean,
one.
that's them.
Guarantee means that even if the event was a failure and it didn't make a bunch of money, then you still get paid. That's guaranteed. So if you want to think of this like a job, like a normal job, if you work an hourly job at Walmart, you are guaranteed to get paid for 8 hours of work. If you go to Walmart as a cashier and you stand behind that register for 8 hours and not a single customer comes into Walmart made zero money that day, you still get paid. You are guaranteed your shift. That's guaranteed money. They didn't do guaranteed money. They weren't going to pay them back unless they made money. That's profit share. That's not guaranteed money. That's profit share. That's different. Which they obviously weren't sharing equally either.
Promising
A
you that they'll
guarantee
pay
means
you
they owe
later,
it to you no matter
but-
what happens.
Yeah.
That's what a guarantee
right.
is.
That's what more of what I'm saying. That the second one, because they didn't make money, but we still got the training,
Right.
but no bonus.
Just no
And
bonus.
yeah. But now they're not even doing that. It seems like, or at least people have to like negotiate it. Where what should be a guarantee is not something you need to
Maybe I
negotiate.
guarantee you that sometime, someday, right before my death, I will give you $1 million. Guaranteed.
Okay.
Wait, really?
Just sometime in the future,
How you been
right
feeling,
before
huh?
my death,
How's your doctor's appointments been going?
just between me and you and my death. Guarantee you $1 million.
You know what's crazy is that what the thing she's talking about that was so bad, what they did is worse. Like they didn't even put the event in the end.
And that's the thing. They go, oh, communism, socialism rules. The capitalists, who she's being like, oh, fuck these people, they actually pay their fighters.
At least they put
They
an
actually
event.
fulfill their obligations. And then imagine.
Well, sometimes. I'm sure that there are examples of other
not
boxers
like
getting
this
exploited.
was a catastrophe.
No, definitely.
I mean, I think she's talking about like these big organizations.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
she's talking about either big
No, but
boxing
promotion.
event.
now wait till I tell you this. Imagine there's a capitalist who wants to run a business like this, but actually also pays their people well. Mm-hmm. You know, imagine a world where you live in a social democracy where there's strong unions who have strong minimum wages and minimum guarantees and stuff. Imagine that society. That's a society. Socialism is Anisa being in charge.
Yeah, I'm an angry bitch.
Socialism is creator clash, start and end.
Exploited too, like
Yes. Usually, yeah. But
It sucks.
Yeah, perfect cut.
I put my heart into this. I got freaking beat hard.
And by the way, while she's over there circle jerking about what communist heroes they are, they won't even acknowledge Dad's pain and suffering.
No, it's
Someone was
fuck.
like, I watched Dad's video and I felt horrible.
Yeah.
And then she responded to that person and didn't even acknowledge Dad.
Yeah.
Who was their most loyal soldier throughout this whole process. How callous.
He was still trying to hype up the event after they quit and Aaron took over. He called in to, I think, was it the Oreo? He called in and he was being asked like, you know, like how fucked up everything is, and he didn't want to go there. He was still like, I just want to get you guys hyped on the new one.
Yeah.
Let's still make that happen.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to even talk shit about them.
Yeah.
That was only like maybe like a week or two before.
He's not even really talking shit about them. He's just saying what happened.
No, yeah. And then a week, I think, later, the whole thing got canceled. And then he made his video so upset.
Like, Anisa, when are you going to come to terms with the fact that you are that person you're talking about? You're worse than that person you're talking about.
The projection from them is unreal. They both do it. They both project what they are onto other people. And I can't believe that these people have an audience as big as they do. Like, I don't understand. Like, they're not even good. Like, they're not even good liars. Like, it's so obvious what they're doing. I can't believe that this many people are falling for it. Like, it's got to be politics, right? It's got to all just be politics. Like, they're just willing to follow these liars through the depths of hell if it means that they that they get to push their political narrative or whatever, right? That's like, I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
Huh? Whatever. If you want it on, we can leave it on. If you want it off, we can turn it off.
Absolutely
You know?
worse.
And I'm sorry, but incompetency isn't an excuse. Okay, try telling that to
Dad.
Try telling that to Stalin.
That's a swastika.
Well, no, we're talking about the Soviets, but close enough.
He's got swastika diamonds.
This year, harder than I ever had, and I thought, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna train like a freaking professional. Keep my head down, avoid this drama.
Yeah, and then once again,
Yeah, he was taking it way more seriously than they were.
Anisa, the capitalist socialist hero, the hero of the people. as we started calling her out for this event, she tweets at me, goes, "Hey, baby girl, I know you're so desperate for any crumbs from me, so here's a really big piece of fuck you. We are not financially tied to this event. And even if we were, we had it structured to protect us and the charity. You have no power over us. You're just an asshole." Meanwhile, Dad is here crying, or he's on the verge of tears or in tears over the time he's wasted, the monies he's lost, and the hell that you guys put him through for nothing. Shame on you both. Shame on you both.
They have no shame.
Now here I am, screwed.
Also, I just want to say, like,
say it.
We
Say
don't
it.
regret it.
No regrets.
Like, I just want to make that very.
No regrets. This guy lectured me on what it means to be a good person. Look how fucking little he cares about everybody he fucked over. Look at this scumbag. One, scumbag two. She's like, I'm just going to come out and say
Very
it, guys.
clear, like-
I don't care. I don't care.
Dope.
What
I
is
am
going
screwed.
Also, I just want to say, like, we don't regret it.
You should.
Like, I just want to make that very clear. Like, this stepping away from the company is not
No accountability, no remorse.
because we regret what we've done. We needed to do what we did. I'm very proud of what you've done.
By the way, we needed to do what we did on the content cop, but I thought she had nothing to do with it.
Well, and actually,
she like can't make up her mind.
no, she's a liar.
I think she's talking about on the in regards to Greater Clash 3. Like, she may not be referencing the content cop itself there. She may be referring to someone else. To something else. The way they handled Greater Clash or whatever. But we all know the real reason it failed. See, that's the thing, is they don't think it failed because of the content cop. They don't think the content cop was that big of a deal. But everybody knows that that's the thing that was the nail in the coffin for it.
And
a moron.
And a moron.
And a
She's liar,
moron.
She's a moron
Yeah.
who can't keep track of her lies. She wants Ian to take all the responsibility, and she wants all the accolades.
But
and
I
like,
truly.
Well, it was already failing before the content cop, right? Yeah, I mean, it was failing, but it wasn't doomed. Like, according to them and according to the fighters, yeah, it was failing, but it was salvageable. Like, if they had actually, and it was only failing then because they weren't trying. They were focused on other shit. They were pretty hands off. If they had passed on, the event to Real Good Touring or whatever earlier, then they maybe could have turned it around. But that would only be possible if they didn't make the content cop and drag Creator Clash into this. If he had waited 2 months to do the content cop, and even if they were too lazy to do any of the work themselves, like, it probably could have been saved if they, A, waited 2 months to do the content cop, and B, passed off ownership of the event to Real Good Touring and then just stayed quiet for 2 months. Like, I'm not even saying they needed to put the work in to fix it. They should have. It is their event. But if they wanted to be hands off, if they just didn't want to have to deal with it anymore, then give it to Real Good Touring earlier and wait 2 months to make your content cop. And that probably could have been turned around. I can think of quite a few ways off the top of my head that you could properly promote it, that you could get people hyped for this event, that you could turn it around. But the minute they made that content cop and posted it, there was no amount of promotion in the world that would have turned this thing around, because now it became a Ian versus Ethan thing. That became the center of attention, and nobody cared about Creator Clash anymore. Like, you tainted the name of it the minute you posted that. Just shut up would help a lot too. Yeah, like they could have just gotten quiet and just done nothing for 2 months and gave ownership to Real Good Touring, and it could have been saved. But it doesn't matter who they gave ownership to. Both things would have to happen. Like, if they gave ownership to Real Good Touring or Live Nation or like another professional company and then posted the content cop, the minute they post the content cop, they take all of the wind out of those sails. Everyone forgets about Creator Clash, and they become the center of attention. And then people start boycotting it out of spite for them and blah, blah. Yeah, like now it's no longer about the event. Both things would have to happen for it to be saved. But it could have been saved, is the point I'm making. Yeah, it was failing, but that's also their fault.
I am genuinely the
she's even
happiest
said,
I've ever been.
it was either Dad or Harley who said, I talked with Anisa about it, like, why don't you do this afterwards? And she said something to the effect of, we need to do it now.
To, yeah.
It's important that we do it now.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, This is, we learned, based on Anisa's own statement, when they left the event, they knew already long before the content cop that the event was failing on a catastrophic level. So she quit, threw the hot potato in Real Good Touring's lap, who's now responsible for paying all these people back.
This is totally tarnishing.
That's the real reason right there. That's the real reason that they gave ownership of it to Real Good Touring. Not to save the event, but to get themselves off the hook for the bill. They basically just left them with a bill. This is the equivalent of them all going out to eat at dinner and then them saying they're going to go to the bathroom and then they just leave. Meanwhile, your friends are stuck at the table with the tab. That's what they did. They dined and dashed. I don't even like Ethan or the left in general, but man, is he in his villainaire. So much content. I like Ethan as a person. I don't care about the politics stuff, like at all. I stopped watching H3 the minute he started doing politics stuff. Like the further he leaned into politics, the less I watched him. And I only check in on him now when he's covering the drama stuff. Like I just don't care about the politics. I get why he's invested in them. It's fine. I don't care if you're someone who has a reason to be invested in politics. The people I find cringe are these people who flood my comment section, who flood my Twitter anytime I tweet about this stuff to just free Palestine, bro. And it's always like white people who've never been to that part of the world and will never go to that part of the world. They have no ties to that part of the world at all. Like, I understand why they care this much about the politics of the Middle East. He's Jewish. She's from the Middle East. They have family over there. They have ties to that area. It's personal to them. But when I see all these white people on Twitter and in my comments screaming free Palestine and acting like they give a shit about this fucking desert war 3,000 miles away on the other side of the fucking world that they're never going to go to, that they don't know fuck all about, that they don't know anybody involved with, that they don't know what's really going on over there. They're just conjuring the name of this thing for fucking social media points. Fuck you. Like, most of politics, that's what it is. It's people just trying to get social media points. It's people that don't have any involvement or really care about 90% of the stuff they post about. It's all just engagement and clicks and money and social media points. It's all, everyone's grifting. 90% of the people doing politics online are grifting in some shape, form, or fashion. They're either grifting for money or they're grifting for social media points or, you know, to make themselves be on the right side of history or prove something. It's never because they actually care about it. It's usually not because they care about the actual politics. Most of this politics shit is fake, and that's why I can't get into it. It's not like this stuff's new. The fucking Middle East has been at war for 100 years. They have been fighting forever. Where was this energy 10 years ago? 5 years ago? You people suddenly care now, all of a sudden? And suddenly there's all these people that have family over there and ties to it? Really? Were they not at war 5 years ago? Did you not care about it then? Where was this energy then? Where was this energy 10 years ago? No? Yeah, exactly. It's fake.
Them too. I see so many people now.
It costs no fortune, I'm sure.
That too, but I mean, even worse than that is just that
harm.
the reputation.
They should sue them.
I see how people talk about them now, and they put blame on them too now.
They should absolutely sue them. Like, what the fuck?
Probably.
Yeah. But I truly am genuinely the happiest I've ever been.
They took monetary and reputational
Because until this,
she truly is the happiest she's ever been. Hold on, I got updates on Twitter. Sorry, I'm hoping that I can get some people in here to argue with, because I enjoy arguing. It makes for good content. And I was trying to pick a fight on Twitter before I started streaming. But of course, they're not going to show up. None of these people are going to show up. They talked all that shit on Twitter, and I'm like, look, I don't have the energy to keep typing on Twitter. If you want to come and prove me wrong, I go live right now. I'm going live right now, and then I posted a link to my stream. Come on in here. We'll argue it out. And if you don't want to type, you can join my Discord. We'll fucking yell at each other. None of these people ever show up. They just go silent after that every time. When you actually call them, out and tell them to... Yeah, when you actually call them out and be like, all right, stand on business. Let's fucking go. If you're so confidently right, come prove it. No, it's all just fucking Stereotypical Twitter warrior bullshit. All right. Anyway, back to this then. True. Their overlord Hassan wasn't around to have terrorist opinions for others to latch onto. Right. Before Hassan, none of these people cared about it. Which tells me that you don't really care about it now. The only thing you care about is playing team sports. You've got a creator that you like, and you're just going to parrot everything that he says because you think it makes you sound smart, and you want to be on the right side of history. That's why. He's created a cult-like following. It's the portal into the Middle East. Oh, the portal to the Middle East is through Hassan's stream. You're right, I had thought about that. Holy shit. They found the back door, guys. This is why we know so much about the Middle East now. You staring into Hassan's stream is like staring directly into the butthole of the Middle East. We know what's going on over there now. We figured it out.
As an influencer, I've only heard good things about Real Good Touring.
Yeah, me too.
And they are legitimate.
We heard real good things.
Yeah, but
Now they're gonna have to change the name to Real Bad Touring.
I don't think that'll help.
It's probably bad.
Yeah, no, that's probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
Hello.
But she has the balls, the narcissism, this psychopathy to sit here knowing all of that. Look into the fucking camera.
she doesn't have balls, but she has everything else.
The chutzpah, I mean. She's got the nerve.
Because she doesn't put her face when it's time to do something difficult, so
has
she doesn't have the
nerve
balls.
to say.
So checking my fucking Twitter notifications, and it's just a bunch of people liking and reposting my arguments during that argument. So obviously, I must have been right, because I'm ratioing the fuck out of them, and they won't show up to argue with me. So cool, feels good to know I was right. Not that it was a hard argument to win. It wasn't even political. We were arguing about the Nintendo versus Palworld lawsuit.
Yeah.
We
Didn't
have
even have anything to do with this.
no regrets. We're proud of ourselves. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Do not regret at all how things have gone.
Yeah, real good.
Like everybody involved
Yes.
in Creator Clash 2 was talking about how much Anisa wanted to take a lot of the credit. This was her event,
She
her
hired
passion.
a documentary crew to follow her around.
And then when it was a catastrophic failure, she was nowhere to be found, and Ian was the one
facing the music alone.
doing a charity stream. Like,
And then
what?
when he's getting criticized for me, it's like, oh, okay, well, why are you targeting little old me? I didn't have anything to do with it. It's like, please.
Yeah.
Please, please, please. Ian, you deserve better. And that says a lot because you don't deserve much. But nobody deserves what she does. And you deserve nothing. You know, dying alone is better than this. So that's what you deserve, is to die alone.
No.
Yes, it's what you deserve. Scumbag, loser.
Stop arguing with the soundboard.
Degenerate,
know.
fake friend, thin skin, zero moral fiber, completely malleable. What a weak person. What a weak. This man is a human squishy.
I don't see the squishy.
He's the type of squishy when you
feels
squeeze
very
him and his
like,
eyes pop out. That's him.
I don't know. To me, he feels like a skeleton. I don't see anything squishy.
He's a ghost in a shell.
Yeah.
That's right. But
Squishes are cute, you know?
some are. To give credit to Real Good Touring, they were going to pay Lena back half, which was good, but we pushed back a little bit. We're like, dude, come on, and then they said, okay, we're going to pay you the whole amount. Good for them.
Okay.
They also said it seems like they're going to pay that last guy back the whole amount as well.
That's good.
So, so that's good. But again, so they're being forced to pony up.
Yeah.
And I can imagine they're probably losing and getting fucked big time.
They must be pissed.
Which is why I'm wondering why they haven't said anything. But who knows what actually happened behind the scene? I mean, who
Yeah.
knows? There might be a reason they're not saying something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do know they're paying Lena back in full what they promised.
Oh,
That's
So,
good.
We haven't got the money yet, but they're not going to fuck us over.
No. Yeah, they were very responsive and they were nice about it.
Yeah, they were.
That's
nice.
good.
They were nice about it. I could tell
Is he talking about Real Good Touring or iDubbbz and Anisa here?
that they just want this nightmare to be over.
Yeah.
Real Good Touring.
They've
Yeah.
been thrust into this horrific situation, and they're just like, wow.
Well, good. At least they're trying to settle the debts and do right by everybody involved, which is more than I can say for iDubbbz and Anisa here.
I think they should have just let it die. 'Cause
Yeah.
would have just been there, still remained Ian.
I don't know why they even tried.
I can only assume that they were just on the line for a ton
money.
of deposits.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like how much is it? What kind of deposit you got to put down to rent out a 40 or 20,000 person stadium?
Probably a big one.
Losing money costs you nothing.
I don't
Oh.
actually
Well, losing money costs you nothing. I forgot about that. Benny Johnson.
I'm not sure that the deposit would actually be that substantial for that.
What?
I think it more is that there's probably cancellation fees and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I guess effectively is the
Yeah.
same.
And as I would just want to say, as a licensed, fully fledged financial advisor, I want to disagree full-heartedly with Benny Johnson just said. Benny Johnson claims that losing money costs you nothing.
Were you young and dumb? How much money did you lose? Everyone loses money.
That may be true, Benny, but here at H3 Finance
Costs you nothing.
LLC, fully accredited, number 5377725.
Losing money costs you nothing.
Do not listen to him. Put all your money into the S&P 500. And don't look at it for 10 years. You'll come back rich. It's easy. Don't listen to Benny Johnson. He's a fucking idiot. That dude wipes his ass with his hand. Sure of it. I'm sure of it. Anyway, so that's that's Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Very good.
All right, so that's the end of that segment. I was just checking in on them. So that's all they had an update for.